Alright, welcome to video 2. I'm grrrdefensemode, and I'm doing a DeNoobification of Bloodborne, excuse me. And I've come into the Hunter's Dream. Now, you'll probably have gotten here earlier than getting to the Lantern and coming here. When you die, you do get brought here. And I'm going to kind of give you a tour of the place. The first time you come here, this door isn't going to be open. It's going to be open once you finally get to the first Lantern. And right here, we're going to see that there's a doll that we cannot access yet. There is a Bath Messenger, and I can use him to transfer blood echoes for stuff. And we're gonna choose our first weapon. Now, the choice of weapon is pretty important. I would recommend that you try every one of these weapons the first time you play, just to see which one you kind of like best. Now, more often than not, you're either going to go with the Hunter Axe or the Threaded Cane. The Hunter Axe is because it's powerful, and it is very powerful, but it is kind of slow too. Then there is the Threaded Cane, and the Threaded Cane is really, really quick, but it has a great advantage. It has the whip. And as a first-time player, I would suggest that you'd use the Threaded Cane just to kind of learn how to fight a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the Threaded Cane, because I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And then for the gun, Blunderbuss or Hunter Pistol, I would recommend the Hunter Pistol. It does a little bit more damage. The Hunter Blunderbuss, not so much, but, you know, whatever you feel like picking. I wouldn't recommend using the gun too much at first. I would focus on the melee combat as you start playing the game, and of course hit L1 to bring out the whip, and we're going to use this as our primary weapon early on in the game. Now that this is opened up, we see that we have a storage area, which is very, very nice. This guy is going to tell you stuff about the story. This workshop over here, you can fortify and repair your weapon, which we have no use for at this time. And then this is another upgrade area for later on in the story, and this is kind of the first things that you're going to have access to. So we're going to head back into the world, and I just noticed that all my blood echoes are gone. Wonder why that happened. I'm going to go back to the first original area, because I did remember that I forgot an item back there, and I want to just grab it real quick. And I also want to show you how to kind of approach these earlier enemies. So when we get to those, that's when the real stuff is actually going to begin. And I know I said I was going to do more of a geography lesson in this video, but I want to show you how to kind of approach some of the easier enemies, and then also I want to kind of teach you a lesson before the geography lesson that is equally as important. So let us just get on through here. And this was the item I missed. And it was just some more blood vials. Again, blood vials are very important. This isn't Dark Souls where you only have 5 per lantern or whatever, but you do get to carry up to 20, which is really, really cool. And you also get to carry up to 20 bullets. But blood vials are plentiful, so don't think that you're going to hold on to your blood vials forever. You know, feel free to heal. Now, what you want to do to dictate fights with enemies is you kind of want to see the attacks that they have, and you want to spend more time dodging than you do dodge rolling, because the dodge roll animation is pretty susceptible to getting hits. But you can see he has this axe swing. I'm trying to bait him into doing a fire attack. It's kind of like this double lunge attack with fire, and it can, when it catches you, it can do a lot of damage. He also has that swing, but there's another one that he has. See if we can get him to do it. There it is. You want to be aware of this early on. It's one of the attacks that really will get you stunned, and will probably cause you to die more than anything else early on. And then right over here is kind of another one of our first lessons. Is we see some bodies lying on the ground. Now when we see that, we want to click in the right stick, and we want to see if we can lock onto those enemies, because we don't want to be surprised by anything. And as we can see, that we can lock onto them. And I want you to just see how much of a distance I have against these enemies with this whip. Like, they're really far back right now, and I can smack them from that distance. And now this is a great way to keep enemies off you and kind of practice getting the movement down while you attack. Found a Molotov cocktail. I would suggest stocking up on Molotov cocktails early on in the game. We're going to come back up here, and I'm going to give you a little lesson on geography and also these red lantern windows. Now these red lantern windows are people who, when you talk to them, they can give you side quests, they can give you items. So you want to kind of talk to these guys multiple times, and even as the story progresses, you want to come back to these windows and talk to people again, because they might not have anything for you right now, but they might have something for you later. Now geography, again, these gates. We can't go through them, but we can see that at some point we are going to be able to come back to this lantern from here. So, oh, there's my echoes. So now that I've kind of got that talking about and taken care of, we're going to talk a little bit more about items. And one of the first items we're going to get is the pebble. There we go. Now the pebble is a fantastic tool that we can use to kind of lure enemies to us. And again, we want to dictate the fight, so we want enemies to come to us. He finishes attacking, then I attack him. When these guys miss, you want to punish them for it. And because they're going to do the same to you, they're not going to hold back. So this guy sitting on the ground, this guy standing up. We're going to go ahead and keep away from him and take him out quick, and we're going to focus on this guy. And as you see, when you hit his shield, he likes to do that shield attack, and that opens him up to an easy death. So you want to make sure that you know, don't be afraid to be the aggressor. You want to be on defense, but you also want to be a little aggressive. Like these guys, I'm going to give them a good first hit. I'm going to lure him back towards me. This guy's got some long reach to him. Wait for him to miss. Punish him. Keeping an eye on my stamina. I got caught a little bit, but that's okay. And now these guys are dead. So it's not too hard, you know, a little bit of, you know, maneuvering and kind of making people come to you is how you're going to be playing this game, especially at first. You got a lot of tight areas right now, and you can easily run backwards and get kind of hung up, and once you get hung up on these and you got a full army of guys running at you, you can die very quickly, and a lot of people get frustrated early on in this game because of that. Now another thing that we want to note is, here's a big enemy, and we haven't seen anything like this yet, so the chances are we probably don't want to go that way. We probably don't want to mess around with that. If you feel brave and you want to take him on, that's fine, but expect to die. And we are low on health, but we are also opening up a shortcut back to our first lantern. And that's where the geography comes into play. I know that that gate was there, and I know my lantern is there, so I was trying to find my way back to this lantern on a different path. And that's how you want to approach this game. If you approach this game trying to always go forward, you're going to end up being disappointed a lot, because you're going to get so far only to get smacked down, or to end up running into a boss fight where you're probably going to die, and then you're going to lose everything, and then you're in this battle to get all the way back there and get all the way back, when there might be a shortcut that you missed that could get you there much quicker and much safer. So I'm going to head back into the Hunter's Dream now. and I'm gonna see if I now have access to buy some stuff. Early on in this game, you want to keep visiting the Hunter's Dream over and over and over again because you want to try to get the first armor set. So when you get in here, you're gonna see that there's blood vials, quicksilver bullets, all this stuff right here is for sale, and it's all pretty cheap. As the game goes on, you're gonna get this what is it? Like it's like a knowledge. It's I can't remember the exact name for it. It's important though that you buy these items early on. Like, don't waste your money on blood vials or quicksilver bullets. They're plentiful. Pebbles, you don't need them so much. But molded cocktails, I would recommend stocking up on about 50 of these things because early on they're going to be a lot of help to new players. And then, of course, you're going to try to buy this gear set. I'm going to buy the first most expensive one. I need 1,500 more souls, and then I have the first armor set. And I'm going to equip that. And I'm going to go ahead and call that another video. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to take on the first challenging area of the game.